Lamar Jackson has finally won a playoff game as the Ravens beat the Titans 20-13. Although I'm watching the TV right now, I feel like a lot of the discussion is going to be about the Ravens winning and then immediately running off the field, not even bothering to celebrate with the Titans players. There is obviously some tension around there. There's no fights in this game. There's no fights. Lamar is now going back out. It looks like maybe he's realizing that was kind of a dumb thing to do. But, yeah, because the big point I feel like that's going to be talked about in this game is the Ravens heading the interception at the end and then dancing on the Titans logo, just like the Titans danced on the Ravens logo back in Week 11. Very good game. This was an exciting game here. And you know what? Lamar Jackson, man. Give this man his credit. Give this man his due. After a horrible interception to start this game. And right then I'm like, all right, here we go. We're going to have the same old bad Lamar Jackson playoff. Didn't happen. Again, that was the only interception he threw for 179 yards. The big thing, though, he ran for 136 yards, including the 48-yard touchdown at the end of the game, or I'm sorry, in the second quarter. That was typical Lamar right there. That was vintage Lamar, which again, it's weird to say vintage. But after last year, where he was so dominant, and he took on the league. This year, he was not the same. He struggled, and again, I will point out that ever since he's got COVID, he has been remarkable. I don't know what that says about him, but he has been great ever since he got COVID. And yeah, Lamar was great in this game. The big storyline for me in this game, when I look at this game, when I look at this Ravens victory, Tennessee. Derrick Henry not being used at all, or not being used well, or not doing anything. That's what I meant to say. Derrick Henry, 18 carries for 40 yards. That is the stunning part in this game here today. That Derrick Henry again, they gave him the ball a lot, and the Ravens shut him down the entire game. That was the big storyline for me in this game, is how he wasn't able to do anything. And Baltimore did a good job stopping him, considering how great he was against them last year, and that he was the best running back this season. He was the hottest running back heading into the playoffs, and the fact that they silenced him here today, that killed Tennessee. If the Steelers beat the Browns, Chiefs will beat the Ravens, and Mahomes is undefeated versus Jackson. All right, let's see how that goes. Henry did nothing. Henry did absolutely nothing in this game, and that was probably the biggest reason why Baltimore won this game, is because they were able to silence the biggest thing. And Ryan Tannehill. I've always said Tannehill has become a much better quarterback here, but he's still, without Henry, what makes Tannehill great is his dynamic with Henry. Those two work off well together, and on games where Henry's great, Tannehill can capitalize off that. And Tannehill was fine today, but he was not, he was not as exceptional as he was when Henry is dynamic. He had 165 yards, he had a nice touchdown early in the game. That, people will say, was that offensive pass interference or not, but it was a nice touchdown there. And then it was but outside of that, Tennessee really did nothing. They had one touchdown in this game in the first quarter. They had a 10-0 lead in the first quarter, and Baltimore came back and outscored them 20-3 at the end of this game. They need to run every play and go play action on third down. They did, and didn't happen. Was not able to be a successful result here for Tennessee. And again, you just look at this game, you just look at the dynamic of Baltimore here. They looked invincible. They looked invincible the entire game. In the second half. I meant here. Again, with their offense. After the first quarter, in which Tennessee was in complete control, Baltimore, the next three quarters, was dynamic. They looked fantastic. Again, looking at the Lamar rush, the 48-yard rush, J.K. Dobbins in a rush in the third quarter, and Tennessee was never really able. They had a huge fourth down that Tennessee was able to. Right after the Justin Tucker missed field goal, Tennessee had a chance to get back in the game, tie the game, and they missed the field goal. Or not missed the field goal, they missed. They weren't able to convert on a fourth down, so that killed them there. And then there was just a bunch of other things. They were just not. Henry averaged 2 yards a rush. Ravens broke him. They did. Yeah, Ravens just could not do anything, and that was just a huge killer for Tennessee. Is that they couldn't rely on the dynamic of Henry. Again, I want to see what people are saying right now on Twitter about that the Ravens running off the field, because it's kind of like. It's like anti-Detroit Pistons. It's like the opposite of what the Pistons did, of the bad boy Pistons running off the court against the Bulls. I don't understand why they did it. I mean, I guess they felt, hey, it's disrespectful. We're not even going to bother celebrating with them. But, yeah, whatever. They decided to do that. I'm sure Tennessee's not going to forget about this. I'm sure the next time these two teams play each other, there will be some tense back and forth between them. I look forward to Ravens-Titans next season. But the Ravens get their revenge after how embarrassing it was for them last year. They come back in this game and look dynamic. They look strong. And they end up winning this game. 20-13. Not a blowout, but again, from the second quarter on, Baltimore looked fantastic. 401 yards as opposed to Tennessee's 209. again, if you look back at it, what was the play of the game? It was it was that touchdown. Hold on, where is it? Yeah. The Lamar touchdown changed the Lamar rushing touchdown, which was one of the best rushing touchdowns. We've seen a couple. We saw the rushing touchdown yesterday from Hinkie, and now we saw this today. Allen's yesterday. We've seen a lot of good rushing QB touchdowns, and that was the play of the game that turned everything around. Tennessee couldn't really do much after that, and Baltimore was just in complete control, and that's what led to Baltimore getting the win. Again, I'm trying to look at what people are saying here about Tennessee. Yeah, Ravens take the old Pistons route and go off the field without exchanging post-game greetings. Yeah, exactly. That's revenge. That's revenge there for those teams. And yeah, the Marcus Peters interception there. Tannehill had a shot there late, couldn't get it done. And Jackson has massively improved his passing. He has. Especially since the beginning of his career. But yeah, in the last couple of weeks, he's absolutely helped out his passing there. But again, the biggest plays of this game for me, because I don't think there was no quarterback today that had a great passing game. I mean, they both threw for under 200 yards. But the thing that was the best part of both guys today, or the best part of Lamar today, was his running. That's what made him great back in college. That's why people loved him coming out of college. It was his running game, it was his ability to do both, but especially his running. We've seen great running plays from him. We saw it last year. Saw it not really for the first half of the season, and then a couple times here in the second half we saw it, and especially today we see it with, again, that just beautiful rushing touchdown to tie the game. And again, yeah, I'm looking here at Tennessee's I'm gonna go over Tennessee's second half drives. Okay, so after the Tennessee field goal to put up 10-0, here's go. So Tennessee, after Baltimore kicked the field goal to make it 10-3, Tennessee had the ball with 10 minutes to go in the second quarter. Here's the rest of their drives: punt, field goal, punt, interception. They had they had 6 drives left. They had 6 drives, and they had 4 punts, 1 field goal, and 1 interception. So Baltimore silenced them. Baltimore really silenced them there. And yeah, that was all. Didn't they, for a second I thought they had a for a second I thought there was like a 4th down stop that they had, but I guess they didn't have that. But yeah, didn't have that. I want to see if there's another comment. Marcus Brown averaged 15 yards to catch. Brown had a nice solid game. Again, there were good games from Baltimore players today. But again, I don't look at the passing today as the biggest reason why this game ended up being Baltimore's. It was the running. It was the running ability of Baltimore that gave them that edge, gave them the victory there. As again, they win this game 20-13. Baltimore moves on. Tennessee, tough loss. I picked Tennessee to pull off the upset here because I was not sure how Baltimore was going to play. And I mean, Baltimore was the 3.5-point favorite. So that was a nice first down there. But for Baltimore, again, I was not convinced how was this team going to play in the after the last 2 bad playoff games they've had. And in this game, we saw after the first quarter, I'm like, okay, this is gonna be a Tennessee blowout. Baltimore's gonna look bad. And then again, after that Lamar touchdown, Baltimore really turned it on, and they did way better than Tennessee in that regard. And Baltimore gets the win here. It's snowing here in Texas. Congratulations to all you folks in Texas out there. Yeah, I heard Austin, Texas got like 3 inches of snow or something like that. So, yep, 2021 has brought the same craziness that 2020 has. Oh, yeah, the Marcus Peters interception. Great game, by the way. Yeah, very good game. No complaints about this. This was a fun, enjoyable game between both of these teams here. And look at that. Look at Lamar making the huge rush with 2 minutes to go. That gave him the first down that basically ended the game. That was huge. So yeah, you just look at this game. Baltimore just did everything right. Baltimore did everything right, except the one thing that they didn't do. The one bad thing about Baltimore was the missed field goal by Justin Tucker. And I was sitting there after he missed the field goal, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is going to cost Baltimore the win. And it didn't. Thankfully for them, it did not. But yeah, the Justin Tucker missed field goal was a stunning moment. And I think all of us were like, oh my gosh, is this going to be like the way Gary Anderson's kick in 1998 against Atlanta in the NFC Championship game is going to be remembered like that? Wow, finally that missed field goal by that great kicker that cost him the game. And then, right after that, Tennessee punted the ball away. So clearly they learned nothing. So how is it snowing in Texas and not in Toronto? Because society's weird right now. Like the weather is just bizarre, man. You just got to accept that. But yeah, for Tennessee, tough loss again because everybody was thinking that maybe they could pull something out here, and it's got to be brutal. Take the 10-point lead and then just watch it all go away. Nice year for Tennessee, but it is a step down from last year, considering that they were in the AFC Championship game last year. So a step down for them. I still like this team. I think Tannehill may need to improve a little bit more. Henry just fine. You got to make sure you get more out of him in his peak. But yeah. If you're Tennessee, the biggest thing you're coming away from this game is how did Derrick Henry do nothing? How did we? How are we not able to? How did they plan so well for that? And we got to try to get him. Got to get better offensive line protection for him the next time we play him. And yeah, for Baltimore, they get the monkey off their back. They finally won a playoff game after 2 years. 2 years of being great teams and having bad playoff games. They get this one win. They get this one here, and now it's about moving on and seeing how they do going forward. I still don't think they're gonna. I think this will be the last round they're in. I think they'll lose to either the Chiefs or the Bills, but they're in it, and that's what they can be proud about. Ravens would almost double the first downs. Yeah, Ravens come to Buffalo. We need our revenge. All right, let's do it. I'm excited for that game. Again, whatever the Ravens do here, I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, this game is fun. Went right down to the wire. I was thinking Tennessee. I was thinking they might pull it off, but the Marcus Peters interception ended it right there, and then Baltimore just danced all over their graves. This is Baltimore. Wins it 20-13. So yeah, thank you. If you guys are new to this channel and you like what you see, make sure you subscribe down below for more content just like this every single week. We'll be back after the 2 other wildcard games, so stay tuned after that. By the way, to any of my subscribers out there, did you guys get a notification? Did you guys get a notification that we were live? If not, then I don't know. But I want to make sure that you guys got the notification, because YouTube has a thing every 24 hours you only get 3 notifications. So just try to figure out if I just want to know if that was the case here, because this is our 4th video in the last 24 hours. So I wanted to see if we got it. But yeah, we'll have 2 videos today. The national championship game tomorrow. So we have a bunch of live reactions here that we're going to be doing here, and we'll be talking probably for the next 30-40 minutes here until the Bears take on the Saints here on NBC. So we'll probably go until then. Unless we run out of questions, in that case we'll just wrap things up. But yeah, we got about 30-40 more minutes here to break down this whole game. And yeah, just ask me whatever the heck it is you want. Looking again here at the, I want to see what, again, I'm guessing Twitter's probably got to be saying something about that. Yeah, the Ravens. Yeah, the Ravens advance. Right, Ravens, and the sad thing is the Ravens and Titans don't play each other next season. Darn it. Gosh, I would have loved to have seen those 2 teams play each other. I would have loved to have seen it next year. Hopefully we'll get it in the playoffs. But there is something there. There is a real rivalry between these teams. We saw it a couple weeks ago when the Titans were dancing on the Ravens logo, and we see it here. This is nice. I was convinced at the end of the game there was going to be a fight. I was convinced, and it looks like there wasn't. Maybe Tennessee's going to go over to the Ravens locker room and there'll be a fight there. But until then, well, I guess we don't know. And yeah, Derrick Henry. Oh man, what the heck happened? Again, I'm looking here at Derrick Henry. What the heck happened? 18 carries, 40 yards. Again, that's the big story, is them shutting him down. I'm still trying to figure out how that happened. I did not get a notification. Okay, fine. So yeah, we've run out. 3 notifications. Okay, so you have to come here for it. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens have finally won their first playoff game since 2014. And again, impressive by them. 2014. Who did that with 2014? Was that the Bengals they beat that year? I'd like to say that was the year they beat the Bengals. The Ravens beat the Bengals, I think, in that postseason. I'd like to say that, but I can't promise that. Maybe it was the Texans or something like that. But I think they lost to the Patriots in the divisional round. So yeah, so that's right. In 2014, they lost to the Patriots in the divisional round, and they beat maybe the Raiders. Oh gosh, I can't remember here. But yeah, in 2014, we lost in a close game last year. Not with a vast improved offense to a straight fast when they won the clock with Lamar. Yeah. All right. Again, I want to see how they'll play off there. Bears versus Saints will be next level destruction. The Ravens played great team defense, and yeah, that too. Again, the story of this game is being able to shut down Derrick Henry. And the hottest running back in the league, maybe the best running back in the league, who's had the best year of any running back this year, and 40 yards. And last year we saw him torch the Ravens in the AFC divisional round. We saw him just destroy Baltimore last year. And this year he gets silenced. And that was probably Mike Vrabel, probably a John Harbaugh, game plan all week. Stop Derrick Henry, and they did just that. Compel had Henry, yeah. And the drive coming out of half set the tone for the rest of the game. Yes. The drive, want to pull that up there. Yeah, I should go over the third quarter. Because yeah, the 2 big drives here was the beginning of the second quarter, was the end of the second quarter. And then yeah, 10 plays, 77 yards, 6 minutes to go. So third quarter here, they start off at their own 23. Lamar passes it to Richard for 11 yards. Lamar passes it to Andrews for 4. Lamar runs it for 10. Lamar -1. Second and 11, Lamar Dobbins for 9 yards. And then third and 2, Lamar to 23. That was a huge play. The 23-yard run there. to get him in the red zone. And then, well, not the red zone yet. And then Lamar passes to Richard for 6. Lamar up the middle for 2. Lamar to Richard for 9. And then Dobbins 4-yard touchdown there. Beautiful 10-play, 77-yard drive. Took up 6 minutes. And the next drive after that, Tennessee punted it away. Not a 3-and-out, but yeah, they had to give it away there on 4th and 2. So yeah, those were the two big drives in this game. Was the end of the first half for Baltimore and the beginning of the second half for Baltimore. That's when the Ravens punched down the Steelers in a wild card in 2014. Although it was in January 2015. I'm not getting any memories of that game. Didn't I just watch that game a couple days ago? No, I am gonna look over the 2014 season probably in a couple days. Like I think tomorrow or something like that. I'm gonna look over that. So maybe I have to go remember that game because I cannot remember that game to save my life. In the last 3 seasons, Nagy has gone to playoffs the same amount of times as Belichick. That is bizarre. That is certainly very, very interesting. The idea that Nagy has been to playoffs the same amount of times as Belichick. Yeah, you gotta love sports, man. Gotta love sports so we can have that. Oh man. And have the Bears done? Yeah, they've made it twice. Yeah, because 2 years ago they lost. 2 years ago they lost to the Eagles. That was the doink, the double doink, and then now they play the Saints here, and I expect New Orleans to win. Though the way New Orleans play, I'm wondering, can New Orleans have 1 year where they lose in the playoffs and it's not like heartbreaking? Maybe this year, but I need to see. But it'd be nice if they lost. I'm okay with them losing, but as long as they don't lose heartbreakingly. Lamar can finally moonwalk over the Titans for the first ever playoff victory of his career. Yeah, and he should enjoy it. Lamar's had that. People have been making fun of Lamar for the last 2 years that he couldn't get it done in a big spot, that he couldn't win a big game. Well, they will face the Chiefs if Pittsburgh wins, the Bills if Cleveland wins. So yeah, we will not know what the AFC schedule will look like until later tonight. We'll know what the NFC schedule looks like after tonight, or after the next game. We will have a full idea of who plays who in the NFC playoffs. But yeah, we'll certainly keep an eye out for that. Saints are cursed versus NFC North teams. Well, yeah, the Vikings. Did they lose heartbreak? I feel like they've beaten the Lions. I don't know, but the Vikings definitely just 2, and the Packers. Yeah, okay, so. Let's see what they do against the Bears. But the Saints, I feel like, are much better than the Bears. I don't look at them as I look at them as far superior. So keep an eye out for that. Lamar's first win in 3 postseason playoff games. Heard a lot of screaming on ESPN. I was trying to figure out what the heck that was. But he had his first playoff win in 3 games. And it was the fact that the last 2 games he was so awful in those games that you were sitting there going, okay, what's wrong with him? But in this game, his passing wasn't great, but his running was. And that is all that he really needed. He was able to take over the game with his duel and being the dual threat that he is. There's only one player to ever throw for 300 yards, 70 completion, and rush for 50 yards, Josh Allen. Josh Allen, the GOAT. Josh Allen is the GOAT. That is what I'm pointing from here. Josh Allen is the greatest of all time. And, I'm really impressed with him. So, and I've been impressed with him here for the last 2 years now, especially this season. He really took a step up. And we'll see what he does next week. In this game, okay, the big story is Henry being stopped. Everybody thinks the Cardinals are the better team rather than the Bears. Yeah, but the Cardinals didn't make it. So even if Arizona's a better team than Chicago, Arizona didn't win enough games. So that's why Chicago's moving on. Either or, I still think the Saints win that game. Even though the Saints are missing some guys on offense, I still think the Saints are a better team. I'm expecting New Orleans to win no matter whether it's the Bears or the Cardinals here. What is the line for that game? Is it like a 7-point spread? I would guess it was a big spread if I remember correctly. It's 11 now. Okay, it's 11. This might be a blowout here. I think I took the Saints minus 8.5. I think it was. Also, did the Ravens cover this spread? I think so. I think I'm like 0-4 predictions right now. But Baltimore. What was the spread? Baltimore was 3.5. So they win by 7. So Baltimore does cover. They're the first favorite to cover this week. So congratulations to Baltimore on covering the spread. Well done. Well deserved. And outside of that, and they did exactly what they needed to do here. They did exactly. I don't know. Grim Phoenix. Oh yeah, I said hi to you. Did not get a notification. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys that. But I noticed the Ravens defense were on the Titans logo after last year's AFC when the whole Titans were on the Ravens logo. That means you're next. Oh yeah, heck yeah. Heck yeah, that was revenge. That was revenge. That was 100% like, all right, you do this, we do that. And Tennessee shouldn't be upset. Now, they maybe should be upset about the Ravens not giving them a high five or not shaking their hands at the end of the game. But Tennessee was like, you know what? Tennessee, you shouldn't be angry about that. You should be like, all right, you do it to us, we do it to you. So, all right, it's all's fair in love and war. So, look, it wasn't the most egregious thing I've seen this week, but yeah, it was a little disrespect, but that's all fine. That's all fine. It's all. I love a good rivalry in sports, and we're seeing that right now with the Ravens and the Titans. It's just a shame they don't play in the same division, and it's a shame that we don't get to see them play next week or next year. Yeah, the way the schedule doesn't work out, they're not going to play next year. Hopefully, we'll see it in the playoffs. And I would not be surprised to see him in the playoffs. But he's out there with no hearing his story. He's been a football. He could have. No. Okay, fine. Yeah, he's not the GOAT yet, but I'm liking him. I'm sold on him because I was so down on him for the first couple of years. I wasn't sure what to make of him, and now I'm like, okay, I'm buying this guy. I'm a believer. You make me a believer. Alright. And by now, hit the music Redemption by Bob Marley. Yes. Play a little, yeah. Alexa, play, and all that. But we'll have Saints Bears coming up at 4:40, and then at 8 o'clock, Browns Steelers. I mean, I will say this has been a good weekend for football. Of the 4 games we've had, all of them have been within 10 points. 3 of them have been 1 possession. This has been a nice, exciting weekend here of games. We still have 2 to go. I expect this to be a blowout, but maybe the Bears will shock us some way. Maybe Breeze won't be up to his normal self. And then Browns Steelers, I'm expecting to be a really good game. That's the game that I really have high hopes for. Outside of that, again, next week we'll find out, if there's going to be a couple more blowouts. But so far, 4 games in, I'm liking where we are, and I'm liking Wildcard weekend. I was not a huge fan of it when I heard about it, but you know what? I want to be a little more. But so far, through the first 4 games, I'm liking it. Jackson has 0 champions from high school, college, and NFL. Could this be his year to change that? It could, but I think last year was his best chance. This year, I don't know about. Again, they have been a hot team. I'm just not sold on, are they better than Kansas City? Are they better than Baltimore? I don't think so. I think Kansas City's a better offensive team. I think Baltimore's a better offensive team. They have talent there, but I just don't think it's enough. Now, that's the thing about football. It's any given Sunday. So we could see an upset there with the Ravens. But I'm not... Wait. Is there a problem here with the... Hold on. Can you guys still see me? Because I can't see me right now on my thing. Hold on. I gotta see if I can still... Okay, I can still see me. Great. Because I right now I can't see me on the channel there. Now I want the Browns to kill the Steelers. Remember, I'm a real Steelers hater. You have to accept that. Oh, I accept it. I'm fine. You want to be a Steelers hater? Cool, man. All power to you. But yeah, I have nothing against the Steelers right now, but they're a good team. Yes, Baltimore has a better offense than the Ravens. Did I say that? Did I say Baltimore has a better offense than the... Gosh, if I said that, man, I'm an idiot. Yes, Baltimore clearly has a better offense than the Ravens. No, I meant Kansas City is a better offense than Baltimore, and Buffalo is a better offense than Baltimore. Dadgummit, I'm a moron. Alright, but gotta move past that. I can see you. Okay, fine. Yeah, because on my live stream thing here, it says an error occurred. Please try again later. So, yeah, I don't know what happened there. But YouTube, fix the problems, please. Yeah, again, right now I'm watching on the channel and I can see it. What does it say here? So with this one, I think while face the Steelers, most likely that's the cool. Let's pick up Ben and Moore and take away the short game and torch our non-existent secondary again. That's probably what they're going to need to do if they take on Pittsburgh here. But we will find out who they play after tonight. We'll keep an eye on that. The Derrick Henry thing again is the most surprising thing about this game. The fact that they were able to silence Derrick Henry. Did not think that was going to happen. I thought Henry was going to have his way with this team, and he was shut down and. Yeah. And Tannehill, just without Henry doing all the work for him, Tannehill can only do so much. So that's why I think it's one of the big reasons why he struggled today. Again, he did have the nice touchdown with A.J. Brown, which if you want to say that was offensive pass interference, you can make that argument. I have to say, okay, fine, it's just You guys know me. I don't complain about officiating. I don't complain about that because officiating is just bad everywhere. So I'm not gonna sit there and go, well, this happened, this happened. Like, it is what it is. Steelers have one of the most one-dimensional offenses in the league. Only at the beginning of the year it worked. At the beginning of the season it worked for the Steelers. It's not working right now. Yeah, by the way, that was the third most all-time rushing yards by a quarterback in a playoff game. 136 for Lamar, and it was 3.5 times more rushing yards than Henry. And yeah, that killed him. Alright, SpongeBob is trending. I'm scared. Okay, so apparently they had a SpongeBob intro for the SpongeBob Sports Pants, I guess. Oh, so it's a SpongeBob pregame show? I don't know what's going on there. So yeah, Nickelodeon, Nickelodeon's got like a, SpongeBob is leading into the NFL playoff game, so, yeah. Good for all of them. I want to see here what the stats are for. Lamar gets his first career playoff win and his first career win when trailing by 10 points. He joins Colin Kaepernick as the only quarterbacks in the Super Bowl era to record 100 rushing yards and a rushing touchdown in a playoff game. And I think that was the Niners-Packers game that Kaepernick had the 100 yards. Man, it's gonna be a slow game either with the Ravens or Steelers. Bills just have to be patient. Yeah, you gotta wait a week, but you know what? It'll be worth it. It'll be worth it to take on that team. So yeah, if the Steelers win tonight, it's Ravens at Chiefs, it's Steelers at Bills. If the Browns win tonight, it's Browns at Chiefs, it's Ravens at Bills. Oh, gosh. Just sweet. Again, the interception here, which was so nice. Oh, it looks like the receiver fell down. Oh, no, it not looks like the receiver fell down. I'm just trying to figure out why it was that the receiver fell down. And yeah, people were shocked that Tucker missing the kick. I was too. I did not, thoughts on Brees considering retirement. Look, he's been around for a long time, and he's not been the same quarterback this year. If he wants to move on, I'm totally okay with it. I totally understand it. Now I'm starting to concern about the Saints if they lose to the Bears in the NFC Wildcard game. Big time concern for New Orleans if you can't beat an 8-8 Chicago Bears team. That definitely your time's up. But I don't think that will happen there. But again, it'll be something to consider if something does change coming out of it. So, got about 20 more minutes here. I should probably change the channel. We got about 20 more minutes here until the game here. Hold on. That game's on NBC, right? No, it's on CBS. I'm sorry. Because NBC right now has the NBC right now has golf on. CBS does not have that. So wait. Okay. All right. Anything else? Anything else really to go down here again? They're talking about AJ Brown as well. That catch, that was a sweet catch from Brown. Even though the Titans lost, that was a sweet catch there. Again, even though it looks like he pushed off. That was a beautiful. The two great catches he made on the first Tennessee touchdown drive was okay. That was impressive. He has really helped out Tennessee here, and they're looking awesome. At least Brees made it to 80,000. He did. Rodgers going for a second ring. Can't say he wouldn't deserve it. No, but unfortunately, it feels like he deserves more. But he has not been around a great team all these years. And teams around him have mostly stunk. Teams around him, for the most part, have been bad. And so, you gotta just sit here and he's lost games in bad ways. They're still a great team. Green Bay is still great. He's still an all-time great quarterback. I'm shocked about Tucker missed their field goal. Would you stop choking although you won the game? No time to move on. Yeah, I'm shocked about that too. But yeah, I'm not gonna. Okay, Tucker for the most part has been a dynamic receiver or kicker. He's been a dynamic kicker, so I'm not gonna. And Baltimore won the game. So I'm not going to sit there and go, oh yeah, that was, he's bad now. No, but it was an unfortunate moment for one of the great kickers in the history of the NFL. It was not his brightest moment there, and I expect more from him. I expect better from him, and we'll see how that will go next year. At least next week, anyway. Actually, I'm making a bunch of mistakes. We're at 61-41 now, so that's cool. Thank you guys again for all your support here for this channel as we on the road to 7,000 and 10,000. And what the heck? Again, we got about 20 more. We'll take you guys until the game in 20 minutes between Bears and the Saints. At around 4:40, we'll go off. Unless you guys don't really have anything else to add, then Brees will retire and Brady will take his passing record. Yeah, that probably. I mean, because those two have been neck and neck all season long, but you take Brees out of it. Now it looks like Drew Brees wants to retire, and that's fine. He's getting old. Again, I'm cool with it. If Brees wants to get out of there, I'm totally cool with it. I'm totally understanding of it because his body's taking a lot of heat. I don't know if that's the right word. His body's taking a lot of a punishment. His ribs, have not been in the best shape this year, and yeah, he's an old man. He's over 40. Like Tom Brady is the exception. Tom Brady is the exception. Most guys should not be around this age. But Brees is still going. So I expect that. I mean, from all reports, it looks like this will be the last year of Drew Brees. If New Orleans loses this game, and by the way, there is an interview right now. There is an interview right now with Phil Simms talking to Drew Brees on CBS. So I'm expecting that this will be the last game. If this will be the last postseason of Drew Brees, and if New Orleans loses today, I expect that this will be the end of Drew Brees with New Orleans. And again, it's totally understandable. It's not something I'm sitting there like, how dare you? Like, he's been around for a long, long time, and this was the, he's just not looking the same. So I'm cool with it. Doesn't CBS have 5 guys? Didn't CBS usually have 5 guys? Didn't they have like Nate Burleson as well? Oh, that's right. Nate's doing the Saints Bears game, so okay, that's why. I was wondering, like, still too bad we didn't get that Brees Brady Super Bowl in 2019, but rough ball. Yeah, that would have been unfortunate. That would have been great. Drew Brees is tired of getting injured during his career. He is. He's tired of he's tired of falling short in postseason. He's tired of falling short in the playoffs, which he has done a lot. But thankfully, again, he's able to not have that because of his success. Because of the great success that he's had in his career, at least the one Super Bowl. That's why he's able to not really have much of that, like people like getting on him, oh, you're a choker, because he has the Super Bowl. I mean, it's amazing what happens when you win the Super Bowl. All that stuff goes away. When you win a championship, all that nonsense from people, from the media about how you can't do it anymore, all of it goes away. When you just win one. When you just win one championship, it all goes away. My TV's like 3 seconds behind yours, yeah. And I think my TV's like 5 seconds behind everybody else, but yeah, for some reason, it's like, yeah, it's about 3 seconds behind everybody else. But yeah, they're showing it now. 179 passing yards for Lamar, 136 rushing yards, a rushing touchdown. So, I'm looking at this now. So yeah, they're talking about the Ravens dancing on their on the Titans logo, and yeah, they use that as motivation, and they waited until the very last minute of the game. They waited until the last minute to do it. So again, you could tell. You gotta still remember he beat Prime Manning in the Super Bowl. Was that Prime Manning? Maybe it was. It was like maybe a little past Prime Manning, but it was still great. He reminds me of Andy Luck from 2013. Why Andy did you walk away from the Colts? Okay, I thought Fox did the NFC games. They do, but yeah. Oh, that is weird. That is weird. You are right. That CBS is doing an NFC game. That is weird. Why is that? Does Fox have an AFC? No. Well, let me think. So there have been 6 games. There's 6 games this week, and NBC has 2. So ESPN had 1, NBC had 2, and then that leaves 3 more. Does CBS have 2? Yeah, because CBS did the Colts and Titans, and they did they're doing this game tonight. They're doing Bears and Saints, and Fox just had the Rams and Seahawks. So yeah, I don't know why that is. Somebody probably can give me a better explanation, but I don't understand why that CBS is doing this. You gotta remember, yeah, King Henry turned into a Duke today. He did. Yeah, that was the not. He's still a great running back, but this was not his best performance. It was struggling performance. And yeah, man, that is weird in 2021. It is, but this year's weird already. You just have to accept the fact that this year is just weird and is going to remain weird. I'm already giving up on this year being any way, shape, or form normal. Maybe 2022. Actually, no, probably not. The only normal year is when the planet gets wiped away. That'll be the last. That'll be the next normal year we have is when we all disintegrate. Reminds me of Andrew Luck from the 2019 preseason. Why Andy drew Luck away from the Colts? I mean, we know why. He couldn't. That's another guy. Andrew Luck couldn't do it anymore. He couldn't do it. He was tired. He was beat up, and he was just like, I'm done. And he just hit a breaking point, and it's totally understandable. It's totally understandable why he decided, I can't do this anymore. Considering all the abuse he got. Well, time to switch to Nickelodeon. Yes. There'll be people. Again, Nickelodeon is trending, so there are probably going to be. There are a lot of good Nickelodeon SpongeBob memes that we're seeing right now. Again, looking at it right now, this is SpongeBob Sports Pants they're having, yeah. Again, I'm just enjoying it. Over the course of its 20 years, Fairly Odd Parents has been canceled 5 times. Okay, why? Okay, so it seems like there are a lot of people right now who are just like people. Again, Nickelodeon. People are really. It looks like are watching a bunch of the game on Nickelodeon, and that's cool. But again, I'm seeing all the SpongeBob memes, which I enjoy because again I love SpongeBob so much. So I'm glad that Yesterday I may have been too mean on it. It looks like some people are really enjoying this. Yeah, I'm seeing this. Oh, they're gonna show a sneak peek of Camp Coral because dadgummit, I hate that show. The SpongeBob sequel, prequel, whatever. 2017 not looking too bad right now. No, 2016 doesn't look too bad right now. I was trying to think of like normal years, like 2013 that was pretty normal. 14 that was nice. 15 after that I can't remember. Maybe we have to explain to the NFL why they put CBS doing a live game on NFC Wildcard game. Yeah, that's weird. Nickelodeon's not weird. It's CBS. It's CBS doing an NFC game. When was the last time CBS did an NFC playoff game? Somebody tell me. Was it like last year? Like was this part of the deal? Yeah, first time since 1994. It's the first time since 1994 that an NFC playoff game was done on CBS. And yeah, 1994 that was the Cowboys-Niners championship game. So that's weirder. It's not Nickelodeon. It's the fact that CBS is doing this at all. I don't know why the deal is. I don't know why Fox would give that up, but maybe they have something working here. But yeah, we talked about a lot of this yesterday. We talked a lot about the whole CBS doing any of this stuff. So it's just not that bad. So 4:40 is Bears and Saints, and then 8:15 is Browns and Steelers. So we're gonna be on for another about 10 minutes here, and then we'll get you to the game. Just fill in time here. Me talking about absolute nonsense. I want to look at the team stats here. See, unlike the Rams-Seahawks game yesterday, this actually had some decent third down plays. The Ravens were 7 for 13 on third down. The Titans were 4 out of 12. Ravens had 401 yards, Titans had 209. Both teams had under 200 yards in passing. Ravens had over 200 yards in rushing, though. Ravens had more penalties. Ravens had the ball for 7 minutes more. I believe it was 1994. Yeah, 1994 was the last year CBS had the NFC contract, and then they gave it up to Fox, and then CBS would end up with the AFC contract in 1998. And yeah, that was the last time. Again, that was the old days, kids. In the old days, and for a long time, it used to be AFC on NBC, NFC on CBS. Sunday Night Football didn't start until I think the 80s, and that was on ESPN. There were Sunday Night Football games on TNT. Like it was weird what happened there. And then Monday Night Football was always on ABC. And then of course, over the years changed. Maybe the NFL loves kids. People who work at the NFL love kids. No, I understand why the NFL is doing it. If I'm wondering why the NFL is on, I get it. They're trying to appeal to young kids. Like, I understand that, and that's cool. But And people, it might be unique, it might be different. I'm cool with that. But yeah, yesterday I was probably a little too cynical about this. Maybe this whole Nickelodeon thing might be cool, but especially not seeing people on Twitter talking about all this stuff. Maybe it might be fun, but I'm still probably gonna watch the CBS broadcast. The good old days. Oh yeah, it was. Which Mitch do you think we'll see today? We'll probably see bad Mitch, I'm guessing. We see good Mitch rarely. There was like a streak in 2018 where I'm like, that's good Mitch. And then for the most part, it's bad. We actually might see middle of the road Mitch. That's what I'm expecting we'll see today from the Bears. He won't be great. He won't be terrible. He'll be blah. And that'll be just enough for the Bears to lose by 10. And so yeah, they're showing the Saints now. The Saints are in the lot. The Saints are in the tunnel getting ready to go out there. And it is nice. They still have all the they still have the nice logo. They still the nice fire and all that. They still get decked out for like 5 people being there. Great childhood days. Oh yeah, I watched Nickelodeon, SpongeBob, Parents. What other shows there? Drake and Josh, I love. Bang Average Mitch. Yes. Average Mitch. We're gonna see Average Mitch. But yeah, Drake and Josh, I love back in the day. iCarly, I liked some of it. Victorious. Zoe 101 I loved as a kid. There were a lot of good shows on Nickelodeon. I haven't watched it recently because I feel like most of the programming has been awful. Like I'm trying to figure out is the programming on Nickelodeon, is it bad? Is it the same as it was when I was a kid, or is it just that I've gotten older and now it's not as funny anymore? I don't know what it is. But I feel like Drake and Josh holds up. I don't feel like any of these other shows, much of these other shows do, but whatever. The good old Nick cartoons and sitcoms. Oh yeah. Those were. Jimmy Neutron, I love Jimmy Neutron. That show was cool. And yeah, there's a couple other shows that I can't think of right now. And yeah, so the Saints are out there. So they're showing that. What's up, Caleb? Good to see you. Nick's going to take over Fox and ESPN. That won't happen. That will not happen. But yeah, people are going to go crazy over Nick. I'm sure I'm going to see all the Nick stuff, the big Nick stuff that they have on Twitter. Again, I'm all for SpongeBob memes. I'm glad that that was the moment when I saw all the Wait, Sweet Victory is trending. What's happening? Okay, so Nickelodeon, I guess, gave us the number 1 sports moments. The number 1 SpongeBob sports moments, and we all know what number 1 is. It's Sweet Victory. It's the best SpongeBob episode. So, yeah. Alright, so yeah, some people are watching it on Nickelodeon here. A lot more than I thought it would be. They put Sandy's helmet on Drew Brees. It seems like the Nickelodeon version is going to be really good for people who are high. Like if you're high, you're probably really going to enjoy the Nickelodeon broadcast that they have. It's probably going to be it's probably going to be fun. I haven't watched Nickelodeon for almost 5 years. Yeah, probably me too. Nickelodeon do broadcast the Super Bowl. They're not going to do that, and they shouldn't. I just want to keep watching. I want to watch it on whatever big network it is, but yeah, I'm sure maybe it'll be like a co. Like the main broadcast is never going to be. It's always going to be on CBS or ABC or NBC or Fox. It's never going to be on any of these co channels. But I might flip over to because people are interested. Dude, it's slime time. Let's go. Because of all the interest that people have in it, I may turn over to Nickelodeon. I may turn over to Nickelodeon 1 or 2 times during this game. We're only watching on Nickelodeon because it's hilarious. I guess so. Yeah, I guess there is some sort of comedy on it. I don't know. Maybe it's just that I am not watching. I just haven't liked Nickelodeon in a long time. So I don't like newer Nickelodeon. So yeah, it's gonna be kind of like watching soccer in Spanish commentary. It's just so much more enjoyable. So maybe that's what it is. And this is the 17th postseason game for Drew Brees. This will be the last one. Super Bowl will still be on CBS. Oh yeah, of course. There's no way they're gonna move on from that. So are they doing an intro for this game? Alright, they're showing the, Alright, you know what? I appreciate that. CBS is showing, like, the Niners and Cowboys. Okay, fine. No. I was thinking, like, is CBS going to show, like, the best playoff games that have happened on their network? Because they showed The Catch, which happened on CBS. There's Lynn Swan. You know, there's John Elway. That was NBC. But the Lynn Swan over the Cowboys, I'm pretty sure was CBS because that was somewhere on that. Oh, the Tracy Porter pick 6. Oh gosh, they're showing the Minneapolis Miracle. Oh, what a great moment that was. The Doink Doink. So many moments here. Who do you think is the best chance to win the March Madness? Gonzaga probably right now. Definitely not Rutgers, the way Rutgers has just been playing so badly. So, I want Rutgers to be better, but yeah, not right now. The whole CBS intro is about pictures, which, alright, cool. I got a little bit of shame coming off and God, you think I'm going to be okay? You're going to be fine, don't worry. You're going to be fine. All we want to see is SpongeBob give out the trophy. I heard it's poisonous. Just get it out. I don't think it'll be that bad. No way, dude. It'll still be on CBS. Yeah, exactly. So, we are rounding out the clock here. We are winding down the clock as we get ready to watch Bears and Saints finish it out here. Well, all we want to see... The Heat and Celtics just got postponed. Oh, dadgummit. And by the way, Tony Romo not here because of the Heat Celtics has been postponed. So the NBA, by the way, has no pause. The NBA, by the way, has no pause. The NBA right now is not planning on postponing the season, even though the Heat Celtics game has been postponed. So dadgummit. They're charging through. They're bulldozing through right now. The NBA should expand their roster. It's not if they want to keep going, fine, but they need to expand the roster because. And again, even though the NBA for the most part has been fine, they need to expand the roster here because it's just not fair. Yeah, they need to expand rosters and eliminate cap hits. I agree with Tyler Conway. So yeah, and the NBA they're not gonna do the bubble thing. So we'll see what they do here. But overall, where do you think Watson's gonna go? No clue. We'll find out here in a couple weeks. I hope he goes to the Jets. Oh yes, the Minnesota Miracle for the Vikings over the Saints. Yeah, that was a good one. Bears 24, Saints 2. Romo is there. Is Romo there again? It looks like because they have. No, Romo's calling the game. I don't know where he is. He might be. I think Romo is like saying this. I think Romo. Yeah, Romo's not at the game. Yeah, he looks like he's at his Dallas office. So yeah, he's not calling the game. He's calling the game, but he's not at the game because COVID protocols and all that. So he's not there, and you know, totally understandable. All right, I think we'll wrap things up now. Thank you guys so much for watching. We have not talked about Ravens Titans in about 30 minutes, but that's fine. But yeah, final thoughts on that game. Baltimore finally got that big playoff win. They did it with the legs of Lamar Jackson and being able to silence Derrick Henry. That's what was the key to that game. Tennessee, fine season, but a disappointing end. And yeah, for Baltimore here, they finally got the monkey off the bat. They won. Lamar Jackson had a wonderful game with running. That touchdown late was amazing. Or in the second half was incredible. Second quarter was incredible. And now we got to see how they do going forward here and how they move on. Because now they've gotten the monkey off the back. Now it's time to at least compete for a Super Bowl. All right, that's it for now, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Who do you think about Lamar Ball being the only player to get a triple-double? When's he favorite to win Rookie of the Year? I don't know if he's favorite to win Rookie of the Year. But, yeah, he's got talent. All the ball players have talent. I give them all that. They all have something special about them. So keep an eye out for that for them. But, all right, see you guys after Bears Saints. We're going to have a live reaction immediately after the Bears Saints game. So come back here for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new to this channel and you like what you see, make sure you subscribe down below for more content just like this every single week. I'll be back after Bears Saints. Hope to see you guys then. Take care. God bless. Congratulations to the Tennessee Titans. Or to the Baltimore Ravens, excuse me. Congrats to the Baltimore Ravens on finally winning a playoff game under Lamar Jackson. Let's see where they go from here. Thank you guys for watching.